I'm getting started on this FunHouse WPC 89 MPU board, and I've already removed the header at J210, and I've replaced the cap at C31, and I've replaced the voltage watchdog with a 4.27 DC volt watchdog. And you can find that part number in the pin wiki. That is really the secret sauce for resets as far as the MPU board is concerned. We can see some alkaline corrosion there. The client had replaced the batteries, and in less than 60 days they leaked. And he wants me to put another battery holder on there, which he has supplied, and he's going to then use maybe one of the lock one when lid remote holders after that. But I've started clipping these 10K resistors, which is the way that I take them off the board now, is I just clip them off pretty much as close to the PCB as I can, and then I flip them over and I remove the little nubs that remain with some side cutters and a little bit of heat. So I have removed the 10K resistors, 8 of them here. Had to remove this bypass cap, and there was a machine pin socket at this location that came off relatively easy. I always get a kick out of this little whoopsie doodle that this trace makes underneath this LM339, and took this LM339 off. This was the one that was corroded, and you can see I lost a little bit of a trace pad there. That won't make any difference. I'll solder that from both the top side and the bottom side. It'll be just fine. But it came off pretty nice. Now the traces on the back side of this board are unfortunately very fragile, and where's it at? Right here. This trace detached itself from the pad, so I'll probably run some Kynar wire through this hole. This is where a 10K resistor goes, and patch this trace on up to here rather than running a jumper all the way up here somewhere. So out to conformal coating now with this MG Chemicals acrylic conformal coating. So I am testing for the first time on the bench this FunHouse MPU board that had a tad of alkaline corrosion down here. It's not acid, folks. We do not power our pinball machines with automobile-sized lead acid batteries. So I've replaced, actually I replaced one of these LM339s, and I think I moved the one that was here over here. I've installed 2 new sockets, 8 10K resistors there, repaired some traces. I've, as I always do, replaced C31, the header here, and installed a 4.27 DC voltage watchdog there. The client wanted to keep this original, so he says no NV RAM, and I'm going to leave the ROM revision at whatever he's got here. So let's test it out. First of all, it booted, which is nice. And we get into switch test. That'll be the most important one. Switch edges. Let's go back. There's 11, 22, 33. Nothing in, oh, that's an opto. 66. I don't know if, okay, 72 works. I need to find out what the last switch is for FunHouse. '77 does not work. So I'll have to check that out. Let's see, I also repaired the soundboard, recapped it all the way around. It takes 9 small electrolytic caps, 2 big 4700 microfarad caps. There's a 10 microfarad tantalum cap in there. Let's listen to the sounds of FunHouse. Well, I pressed the wrong button trying to operate my computer and the switch matrix tester at the same time, but so I concluded that video while I was looking at this switch matrix diagram, and you can see that the column 8 is not used at all, and switch 77 is not used. So for whatever reason, Williams chose not to report those when you actuate them in the switch matrix. So there's nothing else to test here. This CPU board and FunHouse soundboard are good to go.